My name is Margherita Sani, and I represent NEMO, the Network of European Museum Organizations. I'm here today with Giuseppe Zoppo of ENCATC.
Hi, Margherita.
Hello, and we would like to discuss the role of ENCATC and the Cultural Heritage Cloud, so the ECHOS project. So what is ENCATC, first of all, and what's its role within a project like ECHOS?
Well, ENCATC is a network of cultural management and cultural policy community engaged mostly in research, professional and educational development. It gathers academics, researchers, policymakers, cultural institutions and artists all over Europe and globally. And it works through 4 strands of action, being research, advocacy, networking, and education. Now, what is the role of ENCATC? Why is ENCATC in a project like ECHOS? It's to ensure that the platform of the cloud and the project itself does not remain only a technological effort, so to say, but also addresses specific realities and needs of the communities of cultural managers and cultural policymakers, also in the research sphere as well. And therefore, there is also a whole effort of community building with that ENCATC is participating in ECHOS, and that will mean that a collaboration between ECHOS and ENCATC might actually provide for teaching and training programs, for the development of skills and knowledge about cultural heritage, the digital cultural heritage, and the cross-sector collaboration between cultural heritage and cultural management, which is will be a lot more easier through a digital platform, access to data sets, etc., such as the cloud.
Yeah, because you represent in your network cultural managers and cultural policy experts,
Indeed.
Right? And how do you think that their work will change thanks to the cloud, will be supported or facilitated? How will they be in a better position to collaborate with each other?
Well, that's actually the whole point of us participating in ECHOS. Actually, these communities are undergoing a transformation from several years now that is reshaping the domain of cultural management and cultural policies. And therefore, a project like ECHOS will provide access to research data, to a certain number of tools and data sets that will ease the communication, the workflow also across institutions, but also internationally. So there's actually a huge point of progress within ECHOS from the point of view of ENCATC. On the other hand, ENCATC also contributes to the project in several ways with these communities. So the members of ENCATC, its communities, they provide hands-on feedback on what is the reality of these communities. They also participate in capacity building activities, in the drafting of the curricula. So altogether, I would say that ECHOS provide a more interdisciplinary and connected way of working. And for instance, we had not so long ago an ENCATC talk, so we have different initiatives that we have to gather communities, to reach out to them, to hear them, and to make them live the network. And not so long ago, we had a network on illicit trafficking. And the researchers actually had tackled the need they have for enhanced digital tools that can support them in the fight against illicit trafficking. But it's just that they don't have the connection to the digital community. They don't have the connection to digital tools or to institutions that might provide these tools to them. And this is why actually we think, this is where we think that ECOS might step in and provide an answer to them.
Yes, and because you mentioned curricula, like curricula updates and revisions, how do you think that ECOS can contribute to capacity building and education for cultural heritage managers, or for cultural managers more generally speaking?
Of course. This is one of our main axes, actually. Educating, creating a top-notch, cutting-edge education and capacity building development to this community of professionals, but also to research in cultural management and cultural policy. So indeed, ECOS would imply a enhanced support and on education and training on these aspects of digital cultural heritage and cultural management, but also the access to data sets, digital tools. They may very much inform policymakers, and also even, you know, to give a more immediate and tangible research feedback on research outputs to policymakers. So in order to fasten or make more evident the impact of research in policymaking. That's also very important for us. So, and also access to data sets does not only end there. There's only the educational side of policymaking in cultural field, which is very much for which the access to these data sets will be crucial to develop new elements, updated elements for these communities to actually adapt to the new challenges, digital environments, connected environments. On the other hand, the knowledge exchange between academia and cultural institutions can happen through ENCATC. So there we see the added value that we bring to the project in this sense.
Yes, and from ENCATC point of view, what would make a project like ECOS successful? How would you define the success of ECOS from your own point of view?
Well, ECOS will be successful from our point of view if it achieves the results of effectively engaging the communities. If it's relevant for the communities, if it manages to become a reference tool for policymakers, for academics, for even researchers in cultural management or cultural managers themselves, if ECOS manages to set itself as a necessary tool for these communities, then it will mean that it achieved its main goal. And and also from the point of view of ENCATC's members, they might also be able to use and contribute to the final cloud, the collaborative cloud. That would indeed mean that the interpretation of the cloud into education and professional ecosystems as well, on the long term, would be also an indicator of success for us, because it means that the results of the cloud, the benefits of the cloud actually persist even after the implementation of the ECOS project.
Yes, and to conclude, what message would you like to share with cultural heritage professionals who may benefit from ECOS?
Well,
final word from you.
Well, just to really underline that the development of a collaborative digital cloud is not only a technological and digital effort for a technical community, but it's very much as well an effort for communities of researchers, of academics, of policymakers, of cultural institutions, artists. It's very much a challenge, but more than a challenge, an opportunity for communities to become more connected, to work more, rapidly between them. And projects like ECHOS demonstrate that innovation in the cultural field, I would say, is strongest when technology, research, and professional practice evolve together. So that would be my final message to leave to the communities in this sense.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you, Margherita.